Welcome to the new Office. The new Office 365 Administration Portal provides improved ease of management for IT professionals. Configure users, mailboxes, site settings, downloads, and more, all from a single web-based interface. Plus, you can monitor service health and maintenance activities with an easy-to-read dashboard and customizable reports. This guide is the second in a three-part series titled Administering Office 365. In this guide, you'll see how the Office 365 Admin Center makes it straightforward for you to set up and customize Office 365 for your organization. To navigate this guide, follow the prompts on the screen, or use your forward and back arrows. You can also use the control bar at the bottom of the screen for more options. This is the Office 365 Admin Center dashboard. Here you have quick access to everything you need to manage setup, domains, users, services, and more. Let's get started by taking a look at Setup options. Setup offers two ways to move your organization to Office 365. Quick Start is the fast track to get your pilot or basic deployment up and running. Extend Your Setup helps you scale Office 365 to meet your organization's needs and deploy more advanced options. First, let's look at the Quick Start option. You'll begin by selecting the domain you want to use. Next, you'll perform a few basic setup steps. The first step is to specify a domain name and confirm ownership. For this example, specify your domain as contoso.com. To confirm ownership, first you'll add a specific record to the DNS records at your DNS hosting provider. Office 365 provides instructions on how to perform this step for the major DNS providers. Once you've added the record, you'll verify that you've completed this step. Next, you'll be prompted to confirm ownership and log into your domain to allow Office 365 to automatically set up your services. Click Accept to allow Office 365 to make changes to your domain. Here, you can add new users and assign licenses. We'll look at how to add users a little later in this guide. Next, you'll set the domain purpose by selecting the Office 365 services you want to use with your domain. Office 365 automatically adds and configures DNS records for you based on the services you selected in the previous step. Once records are configured, a list of the DNS records that were set up is displayed. Here you can learn more about the options for migrating your existing email data to the cloud. Here you can find support and articles on how to get your users started with Office 365 services. Next, let's take a look at advanced setup options. Setup Assistance guides you through more complex deployment scenarios. You can install an app that helps Office 365 make recommendations based on what's installed in your organization. When the app is finished running, you can view recommendations and learn more about required setup steps. Next, you'll choose the features that you're ready to configure. Here, you can allow Office 365 to run needed readiness checks. As you select features, the Setup Assistance tool will continue to ask questions and walk you through each step of deployment, helping you gather configuration requirements and perform needed readiness checks. As you select features, the Setup Assistant tool will continue to ask questions to gather configuration requirements and walk you through each step of setup and deployment. Now, let's return to the Office 365 Admin Center and take a look at Domains. Domains gives you a place to manage all your domain records. Notice that the domain we created earlier is shown in the list. You can also add additional domains here. Next, let's look at Users. Active Users is where you manage active user accounts. You can use the search function to quickly find a specific user. When you select a user in the list, the detail pane for that user opens on the right. In the detail pane, you can view key user information, such as contact information and assigned licenses. You can also easily reset passwords and edit user information right from here. Let's look at a user profile in more detail. Here you can view and edit basic details for users created in Office 365, such as display name and username. This information is displayed in the global address list, which can be viewed by all users in the organization. Here you can assign admin privileges and set sign-in status. Here is where you set user location and assign licenses. Here, you can manage and add additional email addresses. You can manage any additional service-specific settings here. Next, let's see how to create a new user account. First, you'll enter basic details, such as the display name and username. If you don't want to use an auto-generated password, you can set your own. If one is available, an Office 365 license will automatically be assigned to new users. You can also create multiple new user accounts at once. For this example, we'll create multiple new accounts with the users and data from this file. Browse to the CSV file containing your user data. If there are any issues with the CSV file, error details can be viewed in the log file. Next, you'll select sign-in status and user location for your list of users. Here is where you assign licenses. You can also view the number of licenses available and purchase more if needed. You have the option to send a list of the new user names and corresponding temporary passwords to up to 5 recipients, including yourself. Here, you can verify that there were no issues with the creation of the new accounts, as well as view a list of the new accounts. Now, let's take a look at some of the other features available in Users. Here, you can view a list of any user accounts that have been inactivated in the past 30 days. Here, you can view and remove any Microsoft partners that you have authorized to take on an administrative role. Next, let's take a look at Groups. Here is where you can manage Exchange, distribution, and security groups. Next, let's take a look at billing. Subscriptions is where you can view subscription basics and manage plan options. In subscription details, you can edit account details and change the quantity of licenses and optional add-ons. Next, let's take a look at licenses. Licenses provides a high-level overview of the licenses assigned to users in your organization. Here you can view details of the plans available to you and purchase additional services. Follow the prompts to take a look at some of the plans that are available. Office 365 offers flexible plans so you can purchase only the services you need for each user. Notice, for example, the different service levels available for Exchange Online. Next, let's return to the Office 365 Admin Center and take a look at external sharing. Sharing Overview allows you to easily manage basic sharing policies for SharePoint Online, Lync Online, and Exchange Online right from the Office 365 Admin Center. Let's take a look at how you can manage some more advanced sharing options. Sites gives you control over external sharing for your SharePoint site collections, My Sites, and public website. Calendar allows you to manage your Exchange sharing options. Lync allows you to quickly give your users the ability to connect with people in other companies. Finally, let's take a brief look at Service Settings. Service Settings gathers commonly used admin settings all in one place. Here you can manage settings for feature updates, sites, mail, and more. From the Other Settings page, you can manage external services, site settings, rights management, and more. The Mobile Access page lets you quickly turn services on or off for your mobile users. Part 2 of the series, Administering Office 365, is now complete. In this guide, you saw how the Office 365 Admin Center makes it straightforward for you to set up and customize Office 365 for your organization. Thanks for watching. For more information, please contact your Microsoft representative or check out these additional resources.